Good evening. You were listening to Rainbow Radio. In My Humble Opinion with Niceguy Eddie is coming up next. Got a great show for you tonight. Over the weekend, I had the pleasure of attending the Washtenaw County Jim Toy Community Center Pride Picnic in Ann Arbor. So I want to play highlights from that. We got to talk to a lot of the corporate sponsors, and they really had, we're going to go through a list of the companies that sponsored the event because they really had some big names out there. Really encouraging to see not just the small local businesses getting involved, but actually people like Domino's and Comcast. I think it's a continuation of the backlash from Indiana's religious freedom bill that the like I said before, the big money are starting to pull away from the radical right-wing Christian conservatives and starting to embrace what I would call American values, those values of freedom and equality. But it was a great event, had a great time, talked to the sponsors, talked to some people from the center itself. I got the tremendous opportunity to talk to Jim Toy himself. Jim Toy was I believe one of or the first out gay men in Michigan. He was instrumental in writing and implementing some of the first city ordinances prohibiting discrimination against at the time just LGB folks, and then later now they're working on transgender as well. This is going back to the 70s. In Ann Arbor and Lansing, they got the non-discrimination ordinances against gay people, and then it took until 92 to add gender identity, gender expression to those laws, and then those are just in 2 cities, and he's still involved in the effort to bring that statewide. So great individual, really an icon in the area. Got to talk to a lot of the people, and then at the end you'll hear some of the final comments. Unfortunately, I missed part of the speech. I didn't get recording until after the gentleman got started, but you'll hear some of that. And the show ended actually with what they called a kid-friendly drag show, which was a lot of entertainment. I don't have a lot of recording on that, and couldn't really talk to anybody, of course, because of the music, but it was a great time. Definitely look forward to going to it again next year. And then after that, we have the guest that I've been teasing most of the week, Miss Devin Green, also known as Mrs. Betty Bowers. But before we get to that, I want to play some of the highlights from the Pride Picnic. We'll continue right there with no further ado. Seem too busy at the moment.
Yes.
Niceguy Eddie from Rainbow Radio. How you doing? You got a minute for a little bit of a talk?
Sure.
So, tell us a little bit about what your organization's doing out here. You one of the sponsors of the event?
No, but we were asked to table by the Jim Toy Center.
Oh, okay.
But we are the Corner Health Center. Mm-hmm. We are a adolescent healthcare clinic, ages 12 to 25, and their kids.
Okay.
And we're out here primarily promoting our Out for Health Night, which happens the third Monday of every month.
Okay.
We have LGBTQ specific activities and healthcare focused, and we do offer that year-round every day, but that's a specific night where folks can come out and meet with us.
Okay, and is there a website or something?
Yeah, we're at cornerhealth.org.
Okay.
It's all one word, and then you can stop by our location, 47 North Huron Street in Ypsilanti, right around the corner from the bus station, or right by downtown.
Awesome. Thanks for your time.
Yeah, thank you, nice guy.
Hi, Niceguy Eddie, Rainbow Radio. How you doing?
Good.
You have a couple minutes for it? Niceguy Ed.
Hey, Niceguy Ed.
Niceguy Eddie.
Hey, nice. How are you?
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
So what you got going on here? Why don't you tell us a little bit about your organization and what y'all are all about?
Oh, sure. Yeah, my name is Emily Swan. I'm one of the co-pastors of Blue Ocean Faith Ann Arbor.
Okay.
We're a church that began last January or February. We were kicked out of a denomination. And so we started our own over LGBT inclusive policies.
Okay.
So we started our own. We took about 150, 200 people. And so now we've got a wonderful, vibrant community in Ann Arbor. We meet on Packard Road where St. Clair's and Temple Beth Emeth meet.
Okay.
Sunday mornings, 11 o'clock. And it's wonderful. Come and join us.
Definitely,
Everybody's welcome.
And what was the location again? Where were you?
We're on Packard Street. So it's 2109 Packard Street is the address.
Okay, is there a website or anything people can...
a2blue.org.
Awesome, thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Hi, Eddie, Rainbow Radio. How you doing?
Mike, it's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. So let's tell us a little bit about what you guys are all about.
So I work for Michigan Legal Help, and it's a website that offers free information for people that need to represent themselves in simple legal matters. So anything from divorces to issues with your landlord to name changes, and now we have small estates information too. You can kind of find information and the procedures that you need to follow in order for anybody to be able to do it themselves.
Now, has any of that changed in light of, has any of what you do, your services changed in light of the recent Supreme record decision, or
right? So it's a little sad, but
I think most people are pretty happy.
I completely agree with you. But the information that we have is on divorces. So now what we're doing is we're revamping them. So now a same-sex couple could get divorced with the information that we provide on our website, and that should be up within a few months.
Okay.
So and then we also have information on name changes that can help people.
Transgender people.
Exactly. And so we're trying to be very LGBT friendly, but
right. Do you deal a lot with discrimination cases as well, or?
So in terms of discrimination cases, we don't, but what we do offer are legal resources. So a person can choose their county, and all of the legal resources in their area will pop up.
Gotcha. And you got a website?
We do. It's MichiganLegalHelp.org.
Perfect. Well, thank you. Appreciate it. Thanks for your time. Yeah. You want to talk a little bit about it if I can record you? How much talking about the event stuff?
I don't know anything. You were talking about the event.
That's part of the event.
Isn't this fun?
I'll talk to the dogs. Yes.
This is a great event.
Carl's still working on it.
You don't like soap with your bratwurst? It's not a...
How are you, Barbara?
Yeah, we're an internet radio station targeting mostly an LGBT audience. So I do a political talk show, do music. I've heard this song played on that station more times than I can count. So thanks, appreciate it. So yeah, read about this, figured I'd come out and talk to people, see what it's all about. So
Familiar with the Jim Toy Center?
I'm not. So if you are, and you could tell me a little bit about it, that'd be great.
I am. So we started in. Are you recording?
Yeah, if that's okay.
Fine.
Okay.
So in 1995, started with the Washtenaw Rainbow Action Project.
Okay.
And it wasn't until about 5 years ago that we needed to kind of regroup, rebrand, start over again, and we named it Jim Toy Center. So Jim Toy is the first out gay man in Michigan. He's an icon in Ann Arbor, LGBT movement in Michigan, but specifically in Ann Arbor.
Okay.
He did things like co-write the first city ordinance, anti-discrimination ordinance that both Ann Arbor and East Lansing adopted.
Oh, okay.
So they were 1 and 2, 2 and 1, and I think East Lansing actually beat us by a couple of weeks.
And that was the first.
The very first.
Oh wow.
1974, I think it was.
Okay.
So he's been there at the forefront.
Right.
And, so we are now the resource center for Washtenaw County.
Okay.
Named after Jim Toy, who I believe is still in the vicinity. He's here at the picnic today.
No, he's here today, or no? Oh, really?
Yep. And we've been doing this consistently for at least 15 years. We've had a low-key event.
Okay.
It's morphed over the years.
Right.
But this is definitely successful. Sitting in the middle of Ann Arbor underneath the oak trees.
Got a nice day for it. There's no doubt about that.
Lots of people, and it doesn't have to mean anything. It's just gathering.
Well, it's you mentioned low key, and why not something louder? Why not something more? I don't know. Boisterous in your face.
Prideful?
Sure. There you go.
Because, gay people also do this. Gay people like to hang out in the park and socialize with their friends and neighbors.
Right.
So, why not quiet? Although we got some music going on.
Oh yeah.
This could be a church function. This could be a.
I was just talking to a church, in fact.
It could be. It's a community gathering with dogs and kids and brats.
Yep.
So,
awesome.
Good time.
Now, you guys have a website?
We do. JimToyCenter.org. And there's the man right there with a gay hard hat on.
Awesome. Okay. Well, thanks a lot. I appreciate it. You Jim Toy?
Yes.
Nice to meet you. Niceguy Eddie, Rainbow Radio.
Rainbow Radio?
Yeah. Do you mind if we have a little conversation? Can I record you? Here, I'll give you one. I'll give you 5 of my cards. They're all stuck together.
No, I can get rid of them.
So I was just...
What do you guys do?
Well, we're an LGBT-focused internet radio station. 24/7, we compete with like Sirius and those kinds of that kind of venue. So I do a political talk show myself, and I'm just coming out to talk to some of the sponsors, get a bit of the history, get a sense of what's going on. And I was just hearing a little bit about you, sir.
Wow. Put my other glasses on. You're out of...
Well, it's internet radio. I broadcast out of Detroit, but it's the station is managed in New York, so it goes all over.
Let me put my
All right, yeah, get comfortable.
So you've been doing this for a while.
Well, I'm pretty new to it. The station's been around since, actually the station, Solo Productions, started it in January. She has dozens of radio stations, but she saw a need, and so she said, okay, we're going to make one that's targeted to the LGBT community and allies and supporters and everybody. So, Barbara Sobel out of New York. So I understand. I was just hearing some of the stuff that you've been involved in, though, over the history, the first anti-discrimination ordinances and all that. So you go way back.
Well, we've tried to move it. You know, we have a lot more to do, especially to try to bring about. I'm going to go in two directions at once.
Okay.
There just came, is it in the House or the Senate in Washington, a bill to remove or to rather prohibit discrimination against TBLGQ people.
Right.
In terms of housing, employment, public accommodations, national level.
Right.
How long it'll take that to move anywhere, I don't know.
Right. Well, they just shot down one that would prevent bullying of children. So I mean, if they can't even get that to move.
And therefore, let me go the other way. In mid-'80s, I was on a subcommittee at the State House in Lansing, trying to get our own state level non-discrimination ordinance expanded to include sexual orientation. Now that's 30 and some years ago. And we aren't there.
Still.
We still are not there.
At the state level, that's true.
Because the legislature continues, not surprisingly, to be conservative.
Right. Wow.
And so we then added or broadened our effort to include gender identity and gender expression.
Right.
And so there's a lot of work to do. That's one example.
And is that essentially the next, the Supreme Court victory on marriage was big, but that certainly isn't the end of it. Is it discrimination for employment and housing? Is that the next battle to be fought, or do you see it going from here?
That is what we must do in Michigan.
And nationally, I suppose.
If they can pull it off nationally, then Michigan will be included. Just as we are in terms of marriage by the Supreme Court decision.
Right.
So we have that. Ann Arbor, fortunately, being a liberal city, decades ago, added sexual orientation and subsequently gender identity and gender expression to its own city non-discrimination.
Right. And you were involved in getting that to happen? No?
Yeah, I spoke at City Council in terms of both changes. 71 and 92, I think, were the dates.
Wow.
And we have comparable coverage in Ypsilanti, as an example. So we just keep on working.
Great. And you guys, so this, you guys put on this event every year, I understand? That's cool.
I forget when the first one was.
Right. It's been going on for a while.
It's been going on.
Well, hey, it was great talking to you. I appreciate your time.
So
Thank you. It was nice to meet you.
Good luck. Thanks for your card.
Thank you.
All right.
I just came up to the best place in the whole house, the dessert table.
Yeah.
So you got a good job. Are you involved in the gym toy?
No, I know some people who know one of the people who works there, and I found out through my sorority about this event.
Okay.
And, I really wanted to work it. I've always wanted to work an event like this.
Right.
Haven't had an opportunity yet, though.
Okay, so this is your first time out to one of these.
Yep.
Cool.
This is really fun. I'm enjoying it.
So what? I guess if I could. Oh yeah, nobody's around. So how about some politics for a second? So with we got the recent Supreme Court decision. I'm wondering if you're a student. So do you do any activism or get involved in any other?
Yeah. I haven't lived on campus until this year coming up, so I haven't been able to personally do a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But now that I'm starting up this year, I definitely want to work more with the LGBT Resource Center.
Okay.
To, specifically in reference to the Supreme Court decision.
Yep.
Like, I really want to get the message across to other people that the fight isn't over yet.
I've been getting a lot of that on my show. Yeah, a lot of people have been saying the exact same thing. It's a big victory, great, celebrate, but where do we go from here? What do you think?
Even my own dad says, like, oh, they finally legalized gay marriage. Can you stop talking about gay rights now? Like, can we move on? And I'm like, no, because it's not done yet.
Right.
Like, this is a landmark decision, but it's not done yet.
Where do you see it going from here? What do you think the next big battle is going to be?
I think a lot of it is going to be protecting LGBT, like specifically trans rights in employment, like protecting them from the ability to be fired or like lose their homes just for being who they are. A lot of that I think needs to be the next big issue we tackle.
Okay. All right. Well, thanks for your time. Appreciate it.
No problem. Have a good day.
What was your name again?
Oh, my name is Caitlin.
Caitlin. Thank you.
Thank you.
So, how you guys doing?
We're doing well.
And what brings you out today?
We live in Lansing, but we'd like to meet other gay and lesbian families.
Okay.
Well, I moved here last September, so...
Okay, to Lansing?
To Lansing,
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
Had a baby right away, and so...
Okay.
So we're just emerging from young baby.
Oh, finally got some sleep and can get out and about again? Okay, that's cool, that's cool. So now are you guys together, or are you just coming...
We're married.
Oh, you're married? Oh, congratulations. Okay. So I guess any questions about the recent Supreme Court decision are kind of moot?
Well, it's exciting because we were married in 2008 in California.
Oh, okay.
Prop 8 passed,
Yep.
and that was really important to recognizing our marriage.
You mean it was overthrown? Or it was struck down?
Well, Prop 8 passed. So we got married right before it passed.
Oh, I got you. Okay.
So our marriage was actually shepherded in.
Oh, okay.
Because we were in that window of people who got married.
Gotcha. Okay.
Passed, then it got overturned.
Right.
But
Okay.
anyway, it had important consequences for our family because now my partner's a professor at Michigan State, and so now they recognize our marriage here in Michigan since 2008.
Right. Okay.
So, and then with Elena, who is now 10 months old, we just actually added Susan to her birth certificate and got that yesterday.
Awesome.
So,
Awesome. Congratulations.
so it means a lot to us at our family, and now we have the protections
That's cool.
that are so important.
Where do you see the politics going from here then? What's the next big step? What's the next battle?
I don't know. Susan, do you have a comment on that?
Do you want to say something?
Maybe for more
I would like for women to get equal pay. I think we're discriminated more as women than being lesbians.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, but I think transgender rights, we have a number of transgender friends in Lansing, and, I think that's just as important, of course, as our rights, and somewhere.
There is still a T in that LGBT,
yeah. Well,
right?
and also, I guess, you could still be fired for being gay or lesbian, which doesn't make any
most
sense.
of the country. Yeah.
So, and then we both work internationally, and so, how LGBTQ populations are in many of the countries where we work in Africa are highly discriminated against, marginalized, even
killed.
killed.
Yeah.
So, I think globally there's still so much work
Oh,
to
no
be
question, no question.
So,
all right.
But for us, it's been an exciting time for our family, for our marriage, for our daughter.
Well, congratulations. Thanks so much. Thanks so much for your time, and go Wolverines.
I don't know. Michigan, the preseason polls have already come out, and Michigan's not even on there.
Oh, ouch.
Oh, here, all just disappeared.
Oh, okay. So you get the short straw, and you're managing the merch table.
I drew the long straw, and I get to greet all the people who come here to have a good time.
Awesome. Niceguy Eddie with Rainbow Radio. It's an internet radio station, so it's managed out of Detroit, but I broadcast out of Detroit. It's managed out of New York, but I broadcast out of Detroit. So, Eddie, Niceguy Eddie. You can have the card actually if you like.
Thank you.
So, you're involved with the Jim Toy Community Center?
Yes, I am. I'm a donor to the community center. I'm an ally, and I'm the outgoing co-chair of Interweave at the Unitarian Universalist Church.
Oh, okay.
We have a group called Interweaves that is for LGBTQIAA.
Okay.
And we do a lot of events and bring people together, have conversations, sponsor retreats, movies and discussions, potlucks, all that stuff. And then most significantly, we have an interfaith service. We are part of an interfaith service of affirmation for all LGBTQIAA people in December.
Okay.
So that's been one of my personal, main things that I've.
And is there a website or where they're located? How can people find out more about what you do?
Well, if you look on the Unitarian Universalist let's start over. First Unitarian Universalist Church of Ann Arbor.
Okay.
UUAA.
Okay.
and look up Interweave, then you'll see what we're doing.
Awesome. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for your time.
Nice to meet you.
It's nice to meet you. Hi, Niceguy Eddie, Rainbow Radio. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
What's your name?
Alicia.
Alicia. So are you involved in the Jim Toy Community Center, or what brings you out today?
Well, my company got offered to come up here and do lemonade, so here
Oh,
I
okay.
am.
Okay, that's cool. That's cool. Have you been to these before then? Or?
No.
Oh, all right. Cool. What company?
Detroit Mini Donuts.
Oh, sweet. Where are they located?
We're mobile. We're completely mobile.
Oh, okay. You got a website, or how will people find you? Just
On Facebook, you can go on to Detroit Mini Donuts and like our page, and then you can find out what farmers markets we're doing or other bigger events.
Awesome. Okay, so you guys do farmers markets, events like this. Anything else that we should worth plugging?
We do like festivals.
Oh, okay.
We do all different kinds of things. We could do weddings, bar mitzvahs.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks for your time. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Niceguy Eddie with Rainbow Radio. How you doing?
Good.
And you guys are?
Just Johnny, Chase, and Blake. We did the bubbles for the Pride picnic.
Oh, okay. So you guys are regular. You guys do all these events and whatnot.
No, we're substituting for the Ann Arbor bubbles right now.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, that's
okay. And now I was the guy I asked you earlier. You told me this was in development, but you said you could actually put yourself inside a bubble and become a Republican. Is that possible?
Yes. We are working on it right now. It's still in development, and we're being very careful. So,
all right.
I'm not releasing this anytime soon.
All right. Well, cool. Well, hey, thanks for your time. Niceguy Eddie, Rainbow Radio. Nice to meet you. And you are?
Donna Rafferty.
And you're representing, what is the organization?
Lesbian Moms Group.
Oh, okay. Can you tell us a little bit about what you guys are all about? Aside from...
Right. Well, we've been in existence in Ann Arbor for about 10 or 15 years. And we started off because there were so many families who were looking for a place to fit in Ann Arbor, and this was back before it was really acceptable to your neighbors didn't necessarily open you with welcome arms. So a few families got together and formed the network, and it grew to about 300 families around mostly Washtenaw County, but also kind of spread its fingers into the Detroit area and part of the Western State too for a while.
Okay.
And now we are mostly an online organization. We've
okay. What's the website?
It's closed. You have to.
Okay.
You have to apply. Sorry, you wouldn't qualify, but
that's fine. Okay. Well, I mean, but I'm just trying to figure out how people would find you, or if they were interested, or would qualify through Facebook, or.
Yeah, you can find us online at lmnetwork.edu.
Oh, okay. And
now, that's how you apply to get into the group.
Okay. And are you involved in the Jim Toys Community Center at all, or?
Sort of peripherally.
Oh, okay. Well, great. So now I assume you guys pretty much strong support for the recent Supreme Court decision. That was a big deal.
Great,
so
yeah.
where do we go from here? What's next? What's the next battle? What's the next issue that needs to be tackled? Do you think?
Boy, good question. I think just making sure that we don't have, we're not discriminated against in Michigan, because we have the marriage right in the federal government and now in Michigan doesn't mean that they're not. We still feel like they're trying very hard to pass a lot of laws that are discriminating against
they
LGBT
are.
community.
No, they absolutely are. There's no question.
Right.
Okay, well, hey, it was great talking to you. Thank you. I'm Niceguy Eddie. I'm with Rainbow Radio.
Hi.
And you are?
Colleen Moore. I'm the vice president of the Jim Toy Community Center.
Okay, so you guys are organizing this whole event today and behind that? Okay.
Absolutely.
So, how long have you been there? How long have you been with the organization? What's it all about?
I thought it's about diversity. It's about celebrating who we are and being a welcoming community and making sure everybody in Greater Washtenaw County knows we're here and knows that, here's a place where you can be accepted. And we also work with the greater community generally, the advocates and the allies, and just spread the word that we're nice, trustworthy people and, we're friendly and you can come play with us and have fun. We're a fun community. Come have fun with us.
Yeah, you got all kinds of activities. Yeah, absolutely.
We've got kickball, water balloon toss, music, a kid-friendly drag show. You know, it's all about fun and happiness, food, we feed you. Everybody's welcome.
I saw sweets and beer, two of my favorite things.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And bottled water as well.
Absolutely.
All right, so yeah, everybody comes out. We welcome them. A lot of the politicians or whatever come out just to, you know, let them know that they respect us and that they're glad we're here and that we're welcome. And
anyone particular you want to give a shout out to? Or
Debbie Dingle was here for a while. I don't know if she's still here. Obviously, the mayor, always here for a little bit before he had a wedding to go to. That's good. Washtenaw County Commissioner over here, Yusuf Rabi. That's all off the top of my head.
This gets some publicity, and that's good.
Absolutely.
That's good. So speaking of politics, where's the next? Where do you guys see the next important issue being? I mean, on the heels of same-sex marriage and all that, which is huge, but certainly not the end. So where does it go now?
Right. So I mean, it's not the end because marriage equality doesn't help everyone. You have a lot of established families with children where, because they weren't married, you know, when they had those children, still have no rights, and they still have to establish rights within that family unit.
Oh wow! Yeah.
And the law isn't clear. The law isn't clear. Or for example, in a family breakup, we have cases right now where the biological parent argues that the other parent doesn't have any legal rights to the child, even though it was a stable relationship. They're saying we weren't married, or even if we weren't married, it wasn't legal to be married at that time, and so the child is not.
So there is still. So even within the marriage law, there's a lot to be worked out.
There's a lot to be worked out.
Wow, I hadn't thought about that.
And it's hard because Michigan is not a state that overall judicially, you know, or legislatively has been friendly to same-sex families. So, you know, it's something we continue to battle. And, you know, it's hard because once you're in a relationship that isn't working out, you're not always reasonable. You don't always want what's in the best interest of the entire community anymore. It turns into like a selfish, you know.
It's just like it's a marriage like any other marriage or relationship, like any other relationship. That's what equality is. It's the same thing.
Exactly. It's hard, So getting those same equal rights enforced, you know, it's difficult. And in a legislature that's trying to, you know, enact more barriers.
Well, religious freedom.
Exactly.
Oh, please.
But,
you know.
but when you use it, obviously, when you're using that religious freedom to restrict other people from behaving freely, it makes no sense, right? If it's, you don't have to get married, right?
The we want to put up signs that say "will not serve gays" bill doesn't sell as well on TV, though.
Exactly. It's just actually not profitable. Right, which is why we're so thankful for the many sponsors and hosts who helped us put together this picnic. I mean, we have churches, you know, we have lots of local businesses who put money up for us, Domino's even, Comcast. So we're really thankful for all the supporters in the community, the business community, who are coming around and letting society know that we don't have a problem with this. We're not going to, you know, change our services, and that's not appropriate.
And the back, I mean, just and it's kind of weird that we're still talking about this in the 21st century, but the backlash in Indiana came mostly from corporations.
Exactly.
I mean, that was who got listened to.
Right.
I mean, of course, there were always the activists and the advocates and whatnot, but when big business said, you know what, guys, you know,
this has to end somewhere.
Right.
So we're really thankful for that because we're seeing a lot of businesses who weren't, you know, generally on our side before realize, you know what, this is not the battle we want. We don't want to be on the wrong side of history on this one. We want to be on the right side of history.
So you guys are really making progress.
Yeah, we're really grateful for that. We've got April and Jane. There's Jane here, you know, Deborah, Rouse family. So, you know, we're happy. It's a small community. We're not as big as Motor City Pride or Ferndale Pride, but it's fun. It's local. They're about to start the drag show, so I'm going to corral people that way.
All right. So it's great talking to you. Thank you.
I think we're talking beautifully fabulous people that are here.
Oh, it's great. Now, is this your one? What, is this your first one of these? Are you coming to these regularly?
I think it's my first one of the Washtenaw Pride picnics. I mean, I've been to many a Pride event.
Oh, okay.
So this is my first one of this particular incarnation.
Oh, okay. My first time as a member of the press, so to speak. So lots of fun.
Well, welcome.
So I noticed your T-shirt there. Kiss my gender. That's great.
It was actually a shirt that was done by Drag King Rebellion, which was this really amazing multi-gender drag troupe that was in Ann Arbor. Certain of them are still kicking around here and there and occasionally do shows like at the Elbow Room, and they're just really awesome.
Cool.
That just people of all genders doing all sorts of wonderful performances.
Right.
more than just your sort of what you're used to thinking of, like drag queens.
Sure.
So drag kings, drag queens, drag people of all genders.
Awesome. Well, it's nice talking to you. Thank you.
Likewise.
And here, I'm going to give you a card for the. All right.
Right to get married? Oh my gosh. Yes. Do we have any married couples here? Our married couples. I love it. And look at all these kids. Aww. I spent the day with my daughter yesterday, and I looked at her, I said, is it weird that your dad's gay and a drag queen? And she's like, no, it's fine, Dad. It's normal. I'm like, that's so awesome, though, that kids nowadays, the world is changing and moving in that direction. So, and it's because of all the hard work that we've done in this community. So give yourselves all the legislative opportunities. Yes. How are we doing back here? Make some noise for DJ Eddie. He's one of our DJs that helps us for Boylast, so we appreciate you being here for us as well. Make some noise, ladies and gentlemen, for our next entertainer. She's worked real hard putting this entire event together for the drag and the entertainment, and apparently she's working with the committee and on the board now, so she's really worked hard. She got a lot of sponsorship and donations. Put your hands together for Miss Jaden Black.
What followed from there was a like they said, the kid-friendly drag show. It was an awful lot of fun. There were a good half dozen entertainers came out. They did lip syncing, dancing. They kind of worked the crowd, got some people involved. It was really a lot of fun. It really was. The event, I believe it was Boylust was the name of the troupe that primarily that did it. But it was a lot of fun, and I really enjoyed going out there and speaking with everybody. Like I said, I didn't get a whole lot of. Unfortunately, I did miss the end of that speech. Just before what you were hearing, they were talking about welcoming the transgender community, and also talking about how a lot of the work that is left to be done actually is going to involve them. So anyone, and I know I've had a lot of transgender guests on the show that have expressed concern that now that some of the big victories are being won, that maybe the LGB and T start to separate and there won't be that solidarity. But I really got the feeling in talking with most of the people, and not just the announcement that unfortunately I didn't catch, but also the people that I spoke with, almost all of them mentioned trans rights as sort of where the community is going to go next. So I was very encouraged, and I think that the transgender community should be very encouraged to know that solidarity is still there, and that this is not being seen as their fight versus your fight. That you're definitely still in it together. That was very encouraging. But yeah, all in all, I had a great time. I met a lot of really great people. I did want to go ahead and I'm going to mention some of the corporate sponsors. I don't normally do. I'm not more usually that much of a corporatist, but I think it's important to mention those companies that were involved in sponsoring the events. So here we go. So as I mentioned before, there was Domino's Pizza, of course, the Jim Toy Community Center, Any Everything, Washtenaw Community College, Blue Ocean Faith, who we spoke to, NSS and B, that's Nichols, Sachs, Slank, Slenderbach, and Wheatweg, PC, Trillium Real Estate, Zingerman's, Keystone, Iglesia Martel Law Firm, Detroit Mini Donut, we spoke to them, Lotus Consulting, Comcast, not everybody's favorite company, but they were there. The Worst Bar, that's the Bratwurst Bar, not the Worst Bar in Michigan. Care One Incorporated, Odd Bar, Common Language, Arbor Brewing Company, very famous microbrew within Michigan, but of course getting national now. Between the Lines, Frida Baditos, OP Mag, the Lunchroom, Cafe Verde, and Ice's Turkish restaurant. So again, quite a lot of the local businesses, but again, when you see companies like Domino's and Comcast stand up to take notice, that's a very encouraging sign of progress. So anyway, enough of me yammering on about stuff. Let's get to the point let's get to the part that everybody's tuning in for. My guest tonight is the very beautiful and talented model, musician, comedian, and performer Devin Green, also known to anyone with an internet connection as America's best Christian, Mrs. Betty Bowers. Devin, welcome to the program.
Well, hello. What great shows do you have in guests? People may also know me from Welcome to My Home or being on RuPaul's Drag Race. I was not a contestant. I was a comedy judge. Just for clarification purposes, I'm not a drag queen.
So for the benefit of our listeners who may not be as familiar with your work outside of the Betty Bowers videos, tell us a bit about yourself.
Once upon a time, now I'm a sort of a sweet, convivial girl who immigrated to the Americas, and I live in Los Angeles. I have the absolute and utter best time every single day, and I really do. I just get up and I go, oh my God, there's a palm tree. It's like vacation every single day. I love it here. But this place isn't for everyone. If you have a borderline personality, if you have an addiction.
Wait, we are talking about Los Angeles, right?
Correct. Some people call it the armpit of America.
Well, I'm broadcasting out of Detroit, so I can't exactly say anything on that front.
Right. It's like if you take a toaster and turn it and all the toaster leavings fall to the bottom, that's kind of like Los Angeles. The hodgepodge of their toast.
Oh, God. So...
You don't know where to start, do you?
You do have me a bit of a loss here. Between Los Angeles, palm trees, and bread leavings, I'm... I gotta say, I'm broadcasting out of Michigan, and I think we had our first summer day either today or yesterday. So yeah, you talking about palm trees, I'm a little bit jealous.
I feel like I'm now on a dating site. So I live in Michigan, warm weather, get my summers off.
Well, the 4 seasons in Michigan are winter, fall, summer, and shitty, so we get a little bit of everything here. I understand you do a comedy tour with your husband?
I do a lot of music shows. They're all, everything to me is based in humor. So yes. I don't really say I'm a musician, singer. It's all performance to me. It's all the same thing. Last night I was calling Drag Queen Bingo. Tomorrow night, I just headlined Vegas, then Mark Twain Museum, and then I'll be doing an all-gay male nudist colony.
Oh, that's sweet.
All the same. It's all based in fun. Performance.
Gotcha. And I believe before you had mentioned that your husband was also involved in some charity work?
Team to End AIDS, that's correct. If you wish to support him, he'll be going to Greece. He was not only just a writer, he was also a team coach. So I get asked to do a lot of charities. This is, the Team to End AIDS is the only one that I participate in.
Gotcha.
For free.
Well, okay, there is one thing that I want to ask you before we get into the Betty.
Before you lose your shit.
I'm not gonna have you on and we're not gonna talk about Betty. But in the your regular comedy show relies a lot on audience participation. No.
Yeah, I'm an improv sort of based girl. It doesn't matter if it's my music show or anything else. That's why I don't have people record me.
Wait, you do realize we're recording here, right?
You son of a bitch!
It is not the first time I've been called that.
Because it doesn't usually sound that. It sounds great in the venue. Right. But recording it is another deal. Then because you have the camera on me, you may be missing 50% of the whole scenario of what was actually going on, sort of the context
gotcha.
Of what it was.
So your live show is a bit like the Betty Bowers videos in that half of what's going on, half of the humor is actually going on behind you in the background.
If you can keep up with it,
just
take them over your head.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I really have the best show. So every show is different. Some nights I just do I play 2 hours of the 80s. Other nights I just play 1920s to 1940s music.
Gotcha.
Another night is just all requests, and I take any musical request, and then I play whatever the fuck I want. That's how requests work.
Oh, God. All right.
Am I allowed to ask a question very quickly?
Oh, absolutely. Anytime.
So, Niceguy, is that a Reservoir Dog?
Yes, Niceguy Eddie is a reference to Reservoir Dogs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I had to know, because you don't seem like the nicest of people. No, I'm kidding.
Well, you figured that out already? We're only like 10 seconds in.
I'm sorry, I can't help but judge you.
Well, Well, I would expect nothing less, and that does lead into the next segment. I do want to talk a bit about the Betty Bowers character. So first off, where did the inspiration for that character come from?
Well, I don't do it by myself. It's with Andrew Bradley, the writer, and he was doing it for a long time. And then I came along, and so we have a ball. We love doing the videos together. People think we have a huge production studio, but it's Andrew and I, and it would be really great one day to show the outtakes, like the videos that you see. I think almost all of them, and some of them are quite long. They're anywhere from 3 to 9 minutes. That's all one take. So it takes a lot of our preparation to get up to that point. And Andrew's obviously quite brilliant. But anything that he has to say, she'll say it via video or a well-worded meme or tweet. And you can follow her on at Facebook, Miss Betty Bowers, or YouTube, Mrs. Betty Bowers. They're just the tweets are pretty great because people certainly do respond. And on Twitter, it's at Betty Bowers. You know what's funny? It's a sort of an old-fashioned name. So if you have a Google alert for Betty Bowers, you'll get a lot of obituaries. Betty Bowers, 102, passed away.
So, and that happens all the time. I think there was those internet rumors where a celebrity dies. I think there was one for Nick Cage a while back, and you always get one of those.
Right, I just look for the age to make sure I'm not dead yet.
Well, yeah, and the character's really taken off. I mean, it's had a huge cultural phenomenon. When you first started that, did you expect that kind of response? But how do you take that now?
Some weeks we get up to 9 to 12 million on Facebook alone. And in response to your question, I don't go into shit to lose.
And yet you're doing my show.
You have many, many choices. What you wish to put your time, energy, love, and money into on the internet. And that's what Betty Bowers says. Or if my live music show, if anything, what we put out there resonates with you.
Well,
and that's really a really tremendous thing, especially when people stick with Betty Bowers or come back to a live show, or which is trying to be pretty easy going. Like for my live shows, I do corporate shows, and sometimes I'll just do private birthday parties at a big mansion. Someone will fly me out to Atlanta. I do a show. I get to meet great people for a night, and then I'm back home creating a ruckus.
Wow.
So I'm sure Betty Bowers will have a lot more to say, especially with the presidential.
Oh yeah, absolutely, and especially with the crop that's coming up, because I mean, you got a lot of. There's a wide. Just disclosure. I've been binge watching your YouTube channel for like the last couple hours here, and there's really, I mean, it's a wide range of issues, from abortion to LGBTs to general religious hypocrisy to economics to, I mean, it's feminism is in there, religious freedom. I mean, it is a really wide. I mean, it's it's some people could say, oh yeah, it's just making fun of religion, but it really does. It tackles a very wide range.
Who said that?
Just people, those people out there.
To be quite frank, the people who do follow us are fucking smart, and they truly understand satire. Have you not read the comments? The comments are bloody brilliant. I love reading the comments. They're from extremely well-educated people, but sometimes people don't know at first that it's satire, and so they have sort of this righteous indignation.
Right.
And it's great when they go, oh, damn. Okay, nothing.
Right.
Really. It's okay.
What?
It's okay.
When it comes to internet comments, you'd be surprised how many times I've had to ask, geez, are you being sarcastic, or are you just stupid and actually not knowing how the person is in fact responding?
Well, here's what I do. I don't put any magnifying glass or any focus on dum-dums or negativity.
Right.
Because they're getting negative attention, and if I give negative attention to one person, why didn't I give positive attention to the 99 other people who said something nice?
And when you bring that level of satire, you are going to get your share of dum-dums, as you put it.
Honestly, the vast majority are just super smart, and it really, they want to say that, but sometimes Betty just does it in a very succinct way.
Yeah.
With a very pointed way, and you know, quite frankly, it starts a lot of conversations, and it also ends a lot of friendships.
Well, I've got to ask you, with the clown card that is the Republican ticket right now, the Republican National Convention right now, I'm just curious if there's anyone that you're pulling for, either personally or perhaps that Betty Bowers is pulling for, and what you might have planned coming up with the likes of, oh God, Ted Cruz, Rick Santorum, Donald Trump. Any info you can tell us?
Oh, that is so precious that you are trying to get any information about the upcoming Betty Bowers video. Look at you, you look.
I had to try. Come on, you knew I had to try.
Nice effort.
Well, yeah, okay, so now...
If anybody who's listening, if they're in the LA area,
Mm-hmm.
you're always more than welcome to come to a live show. I don't do Betty Bowers live.
Yeah, you mentioned that.
Yeah. But I will, you know, it's a super fun music show. I play all over the place. So just have a look on the website. But I did really want to thank your listeners in particular for supporting Betty Bowers and the work that we do. You know, when people say, you know, I've been really sick, I've been watching the videos nonstop, it made me feel better. I didn't know how to express to my parents what I felt, and I showed them your video, and it was a catalyst for discussion.
Wow.
And things like that, they're so endearing that really means a lot.
Oh, so that's pretty profound that people are using that. That goes beyond what comedy and political humor typically does. If people are actually using those videos to affect change and start conversations, showing it to their parents or their church and saying, you know, hey, let's look at ourselves and let's look at what we're doing and what the message we're putting out.
That's pretty profound.
There's so many shades of gray and so many levels of depth with each religion, you know. Andrew, the writer, always says it best, because we're not here to convert a conformist. We're just putting facts out there, that's all, just facts.
And one of those facts that you put out there, and I didn't see this one until tonight, in fact, is that atheism is the only belief about God that is taxed in this country.
Correct, yeah.
I love that. That is brilliant. That really is.
Oh my God, that sounds like a bumper sticker.
That'd be perfect.
So listen, if any of you, I'm really thankful. I'm glad that we actually got to speak today, in my humble opinion. I'm very glad that we did. So if anybody wishes to follow or see, you know, what I'm up to next, just go to Devin Green, and that's Devin like 7, Deven Green.com.
Awesome. Well, out of curiosity, do you ever get out to the Detroit area? You ever do some slumming?
I barely know where I am right now. I have well, look, I'll just consider that an invite.
Well, please do, and if you ever are coming out this way, please let me know, and I will personally guarantee you a good turnout. Not that you need the help.
Oh, cool. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Oh, thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
I would like to thank Devin for being so gracious as to grace my show with her graceful graciousness. It was a lot of fun, actually. I'm self-aware enough to know that she was putting me on at times, but that was fun, and I hope you all enjoyed that. One thing I have to say, I'm sure that anybody who was paying attention, or even those who were just not paying attention, have probably got a sense of the uneven quality of the recording and of the noise level. I have some explaining to do on that one, and it's a little bit funny. I think Devin, thus far, not to be unfair to anybody, but you know, she was the one guest so far that even my wife, who is not very easy to impress. When I said that I was going to have Betty Bowers on my show, she just said, "Wow, oh my God, that's actually really cool." So yes, every other guest I've had, in my wife's opinion, y'all are lame, I suppose. Don't feel bad, so I. In any case, so the appointed time comes, and she gives me a call, and we talk for a few seconds just to get everything set up, and I hit record, and my computer takes a huge steaming dump. I mean, like, everything just crashed and went to hell, and I'm like, what just happened? And she's laughing like, oh yeah, it's like, just reboot the bitch and all that. And I did, and it still didn't work. And to this day, actually, my webcam is down. My software's not working. I've had to rig up an alternate system, and that explains, again, some of the uneven quality in the recordings. But what that entire interview was recorded basically with her on the speaker of my cell phone into the condenser mic of an old laptop. And let me tell you, the original version, oh my God, it sounded 100 times as bad as that. So what was able to be done, fellow Rainbow Radioer Julian March was able to work a little bit of magic on it, at least get it to the point where it was workable. And by the way, I'm not throwing Julian under the bus here. It really was. I couldn't air what I had originally. What the original recording was just terrible. He worked some magic on it, got to the point where it was at least serviceable. And part of it was, part of where it went back and forth. I was re-recording some of my own parts. It had to be, guys. It was, the better he made her sound, the worse I sounded, because we're in different pitch levels, and it was just in quality levels. It was a nightmare. But we got it fixed. Julian, thank you so much. Also, Tara Snover, who was on my show a couple weeks ago, also had some tech advice for me. She worked me through trying to get everything fixed. Unfortunately, Tara, no, everything's not fixed, so we're going nuclear. We're probably redoing the entire system here, and I'll have to start a Patreon account or something because, I need to buy some better equipment, which is to say, buy some equipment. Anyway, enough of that, but it's been a lot of fun. As always, if you have any questions or comments about anything you've heard here tonight, or suggestions for future shows, guests, or topics, please feel free to send me an email at niceguy9418@usa.com. Really love to hear from you. You can friend me on Facebook at Eddie Cabot, and also you can leave a comment on my blog at eddiecabot.blogspot.com. Thank you for listening. Enjoy the rest of your evening here on Rainbow Radio.